Hello and welcome to Service Above Self. My name is Ann Osborne. Cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States, with over 1.5 million new cases diagnosed each year. All of us have had a friend or family member at some point in our lives that has been affected by this disease. On this episode of Service Above Self, we will be speaking with Kim DePietro of the American Cancer Society regarding this disease, as well as their annual Relay for Life events, which are held throughout the country. Kim, welcome.
Thank you.
I know someone who has cancer. What can I do?
Well, there's a lot of ways that you can provide support to somebody that has cancer through fundraising for the American Cancer Society. There's a lot of other organizations as well, but the American Cancer Society is one of the largest. It's a community-based organization, and it provides you with a lot of outlets to help and support your friend, including the Relay for Life, which is it's a locally based fundraising event that can really be sort of created by the volunteers in the community. There's a lot of guidelines to follow to produce the event, but you can make it your own, and there's a lot of programs within the Relay that are specifically geared towards survivors and letting them know that we are there to support them and we are fighting for them.
Now, yours is going to be based out of Suffield, is that correct?
The Relay for Life, I'm actually a volunteer for the American Cancer Society. I'm not an employee of it.
Okay.
And I chair the publicity committee. And this particular relay is called the Relay for Life of North Central Connecticut. Mm-hmm. It's based in Suffield, and it runs the first weekend in June every year. It's a 24-hour event starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday and ending at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Teams come and set up tents, and they're there for the full 24 hours. And the idea of calling it a relay, it's not really a race. Nobody's really... You're not really chasing anybody around a track. We just have agreed that one person of our team walks the track at all times during the 24 hours, and that represents our commitment to trying to find a cure. And when the light comes up the next day, that's like seeing the light is seeing the cure that we're all working toward.
Very nice, very nice. Why has it been so successful in Suffield?
Well, I think that it's really been embraced by a lot of the youth groups, which have been the most successful. And also just some people in town. A lot of people have got together. It's a very small community. All of the towns actually are small. The largest town that participates is Enfield. There's about 30,000 in Enfield, at 15 in Suffield, and less in the other towns, Somers and East Granby. And we have gotten together and made it what we wanted it to be. And I think that that's really hit a note with a lot of people, especially with the kids, because we've raised over $425,000 over the last 3 years.
Wow.
And
That's
most
impressive.
of that is student groups.
That's impressive. Does that money stay on the local level?
A lot of it stays local. We have some, like Hope Lodge is a local, provides lodging, overnight stays for people that are in the area getting treatment that don't live in the area. There's camps for kids. There's a camp for kids that has ever had cancer, and they go there for a week, and I guess they absolutely love it. Even if they've been cured, they go back because it's a place where everybody has experienced it.
And is a camp like that because of the funds that you raise through
It's
events?
funded through the American Cancer
So
Society.
that it's no charge to the families or the children that are going. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And actually, our particular relay, too, another reason why I think it might be very popular is that we have a lot of like local bands and local talent that come and perform for us. So it makes it really a fun event, a full day.
Great. That's great. Excellent. I don't live in this area. Can I go?
You can go to any relay. The relays are open to the public. There is a waiver that you have to sign just for liability reasons if you're on site and something happens to you. There is a registration fee that you if that you pay if you're going to be participating. Basically, you get a T-shirt out of it. So if you come day of, they might not have T-shirts, so they might not be charging the registration fee. But all of the money goes to the American Cancer Society. It's very easy. People just want to give money to it. It's
That's
very easy to
wonderful.
raise funds for it.
Great, great. So I don't have to be in good shape or learn how to run or anything like that to.
Absolutely not. I mean, we have people that that are going around with canes. Just you don't have to keep going around. And we're not. Nobody's going to hold you that you have
Right,
to absolutely
right.
do, everything. If you need a break, you need a break. But there are themed laps too. So this tells you how much fun it is. Some of the laps, like a pajama theme. Everybody's in their pajamas walking around walking around the lap for that hour. So, and then they'll have like a Hawaiian lap or a patriotic lap. So it's really, it's just to show your support. And all around the track where the tents are, there'll be the team's fundraisers. Like they'll be selling bracelets or, food items. They come up with a lot of really very interesting things that usually there's something that just everybody has to have. And, it's not expensive, it's just a fun day.
Now, in order to have a team, do you have to have a set amount of people that belong to the team? Or if you have like 4 friends that just want to come and, for the day, how does that work with the teams?
Well, the team has agreed to fundraise, and there are guidelines that the American Cancer Society has. They require the teams to be no bigger than, I think it's 15, I don't remember if it's 10 or 15, and a goal to raise $100 per person. Okay. But if you don't reach those goals, if you don't reach the team amount, if your teams get a little bigger or a little smaller, you're not going to be turned away. If you just want to come for the day and participate in some of the fundraising events, either with the teams or we also do silent auctions, or just there's a luminaria ceremony that you can donate to. You can do that at any time. We're not, the goal is to raise money. It's not to, impose a lot of rules on how you do it. They just want people to be safe. And
do you have a lot of cancer survivors that come to this?
We do have a lot of cancer survivors. There is a special survivor breakfast that starts off the event, and then the survivor lap that they start off the laps when the opening ceremony. The first people to go around are survivors.
Nice, nice.
Very nice. There's another lap that's actually very popular. I think it actually draws the most people that aren't necessarily participating during the day. It's the luminaria ceremony and lap, which is you can purchase paper bags with candles in it, and you can put, in memory of somebody you've lost or in honor of somebody that that's fighting cancer. You can decorate it, and when the sun goes down, all of these bags they put around the track, and they're lit, and you start walking, based on if you've had cancer, if you're taking care of somebody that has cancer, if you have somebody immediate in your immediate family that has, and you just see the amount of people that, are in the same position that you are, that want to fight against this as much as you do, and it's incredibly moving.
I bet. That sounds pretty profound. That's nice. Now, I'm not good at fundraising, and I have heard that you can do a lot online.
You can absolutely do a lot online. They have it set up so that when you want to register for the relay, you find your particular relay, you register online, and you can hook into your contacts list in your email, and it will send out requests, and you customize it. You can customize your page on their website saying, I am raising money for this, and this is my goal. And there are a lot of other tips about fundraising events. And we find the community businesses are very receptive. There's a lot of restaurants that will have a relay night for you. Well, they'll donate a percentage. So it's very easy to raise money for the American Cancer Society.
Well, that sounds great. And you could, previously when I was talking to you, you had mentioned something about you can have your own Relay for Life event if it's, I know I'm going to one on Saturday, and I actually found out about it on Facebook through some friends. So
Yes.
that is another avenue that I believe you can do the advertising if you do want to do a relay.
Yes.
So that's, and can you start that online on the website?
Well, we have a Facebook group
Okay.
for our particular relay, and we've posted images, from the previous relays, and people comment on them, and they can add to it. Facebook is incredible. How you can make connections through it.
Yeah,
But,
and like I said, that's how I found out about this one on Saturday. So.
well, there are a lot of relays, regional relays. I mean, in some of them are mini. They only last a day, but there's definitely one near you wherever you are.
Okay, that sounds great. And again, if I don't have internet access, how do I find out about relays? Just contact the American Cancer Society. Okay. All right. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, I'd like to talk about what the American Cancer Society does as a whole, besides the relay, and let's get some information on cancer itself.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Could you dedicate yourself to a worthy cause? Could you go the distance to keep a child healthy? Could you travel to the other side of the world to help eliminate polio? Could you? A Rotary member could. We're dedicated to connecting children with vaccinations and ending polio worldwide. All it takes is one person to make a difference, like me, like you. Could you help change the world? Will you? Rotary, humanity in motion.
Welcome back. We've discussed the Relay for Life, and what I'd like to talk about now is the cancer part of this segment. And my understanding is that there are more cancer deaths from smoking. And what types of cancer do you find prevalent?
Actually, the risk of developing cancer is pretty high for just about everybody in the population. The male population, it's slightly higher than for females, but men can have a 1 in 2 risk of developing cancer and a 1 in 4 risk of dying from cancer. The incidence of cancer increases with your age, so your chances of getting cancer are much higher the older you get, but it's still very high for some types of cancer. And for women, it's only slightly better at 1 in 3 getting cancer in their life and 1 in 5 dying from it. But the highest incidence rates are, for men, it would be prostate cancer, which 1 in 6 chance of getting it, but you have a better chance of being cured from it. Lung cancer is 1 in 13, with 1 in 14 of them dying from it. And 1 in 13 in, 1 in 19 in colon and rectum cancer, but a 1 in 46 chance of dying from it. So there's less of a risk of dying from those types of cancer. For women, the first one would be breast cancer, 1 in 8. So 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer. And sometimes you talk about there's a gene that they have found for breast cancer. It's actually a very small part of the population that has that particular gene. There could be other genes that we don't know about right now that are causing it, but actually your 1 in 8 chance means like 12.5% of the population will get breast cancer regardless of whether you have the genetic risk or not.
Right.
And 1 in 36% will die from it. Lung cancer is the second highest for women too. I mean, tobacco alone, it's completely preventable, that type of cancer, and 30% of the cancer deaths are from tobacco. So,
Now, in regards to cancer from smoking, if a person stops, how long, are they susceptible to cancer for the rest of their life after smoking? How does that?
Well, I think that's an excuse a lot of long-term smokers have. I've smoked for too long, so it's not going to make a difference if I quit now. But it really does make a difference. It's always going to make a difference. It might take longer than you'd like to get back to a normal population, but within 20 minutes of stop smoking, of not smoking, your heart rate and your blood pressure will drop. Within 12 hours, your circulation, your carbon monoxide level and your blood pressure drops to normal.
Wow.
Because it's not normal when you're smoking. Within 2 to 3 months, your circulation improves and your lung function increases. And within 1 year, your risk of developing coronary heart disease is cut in half.
Wow, that's big.
Yes. I mean, it might take 15 years for you to be completely as if you never smoked, but those steps along the way are huge. It could make a big difference.
Wow. I hear a lot of more and more people are surviving cancer. They're fighting it. The mental attitude is much better. There's more knowledge out there. How close are we actually to finding a cure for cancer?
Well, I'm not sure how close we are to finding a cure. I mean, I know that there's, the American Cancer Society continues to fund a lot of research for it, but I know that because so much of cancer can be preventable through our behaviors, that we can reduce the incidence rate significantly even before we find the cure. And we're hoping that, there's always steps that are being made. You always hear about new things and new, medications and treatment
right.
That are prolong the life of people that have a cancer that doesn't go into remission. But I mean, just your best defense really is just staying away from tobacco. Eating healthy and staying active, because being overweight, it really actually can speed the growth of cancer in your body, because your body has more insulin or hormones that would speed up the growth of cancer. Also, being overweight causes other health issues too, which make it more difficult for you to fight cancer. And you should be safe in the sun. I know it's really fashionable for kids to tan these days, and there's a huge rate of skin cancer. Most of them are non-melanoma, which are not the type of cancer that would spread and kill you, but about 11,000 people die from the type of skin cancer that can kill you, that can spread to other organs in your body, and it just doesn't make sense for you to bring it on yourself.
Yeah.
If you can avoid it. And also just to be aware of carcinogens in your environment, and what the genetics of your family are. Maybe we don't know what all of the genes are, but if you see that your family has a high rate, then you should make sure that you do early detection, because that can make all the difference.
Absolutely. What are my risks? How do I know if I do have a history in the family, if I don't have a history in the family? Besides the stop smoking, eat well, the things to take care of yourself. What are the other outside risks that environmental? You hear pollution in the air, that kind of thing. I mean, is that something that we should worry about?
Well, I'm sure, yes, we obviously should. We don't know what all the causes of cancer are. It's probably a combination of several things. And like recently they found out that HPV virus, which is a virus, which nobody really thought that was causing cancer, but it can bring on certain types of ovarian cancer. And they've created a immunization for that. Just be aware. You can go into cancer.org, which is the American Cancer Society website, and they just have a tremendous amount of information and resources. If you have cancer, if you want to know how you can help, if you've lost somebody and you want to know, how do you deal with it, or just what your risks are. down to the very detailed level what the latest research is. It's a great resource.
And the best defense is basically to live a happy, healthy life and do things that you're supposed to do, not what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? Just to get general information, is there, you mentioned the website.
The website is www.cancer.org. Our Relay website, if you're interested in seeing how we've set it up, or it's a standardized website, but the programs that we offer, we're at www.relayforlife.org/Suffield-CT.
Okay, all right. And if somebody wanted to set up a Relay for Life, they can just go on Google Relay for Life, and that'll bring up the main website.
The cancer.org, the American Cancer Society website, and there are links to send you. You put in your zip code, and it will tell you all of the relays near you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so we would highly recommend somebody looking into a relay. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's people that go always want to come back.
Yeah.
You never regret going to them.
Wonderful. Anything else you'd like to add?
I think. No, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you very much for coming in today to educate our audience about the American Cancer Society and the Relay for Life, which benefits communities across the country. And I'd like to thank you for watching Service Above Self. Until next time, as always, we encourage you to go out and find a worthy cause and lend a helping hand.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate, but you might know me as Birthday Kate. Who am I? Oh, no one special really. I mean, I'm like a lot of women. My life is so hectic. I've got many things going on with work, taking care of my family, and keeping up with my friends. Even though I'm so busy, I was so excited to join the movement for more birthdays. You see, too many people that I love have been affected by cancer. And I'll do just about anything to make sure no one suffers the way my friends and family members have from that terrible disease. I just love the idea of the More Birthdays campaign. Such a fun and positive way to think about such a serious and depressing subject. Sorry, no offense. And before this campaign, I really didn't know much about what your organization does. I mean, I've heard of the American Cancer Society. Who hasn't? You guys have been around forever. But I really didn't know what you did. But creating a world with more birthdays, I just love that. It really speaks to me. Did you all see those ads that launched back last spring? Oh, they were so great. And they were on during all of my favorite shows too, like Dancing with the Stars, Grey's Anatomy, CSI. Oh, they were also on my favorite morning show, The Today Show. There were magazine ads too, in Better Homes and Gardens, Cooking Light, and Essence. And there were even those fun interactive online ads on WebMD, Evite, and a bunch of other sites. I had so much fun playing with that birthday candle game. But the advertising wasn't the only place that women like me saw this campaign. I remember seeing it on the news too.
What's the connection between the American Cancer Society and getting people to celebrate their birthdays?
We have a new site, morebirthdays.com, where you can sign up and declare the American Cancer Society as the official sponsor of your birthday, and also get lots of ideas for celebrating a healthy birthday.
And there's been a ton of buzz in the blogosphere. It seems like all the popular blogs like Deuce and Suburban Bliss were covering birthdays. Lately, I've been seeing these great blog badges, Bloggers for More Birthdays, where people are dedicating blog posts to their loved ones who've been affected by cancer. What a great idea! It's like an ongoing conversation about cancer, and it's really catching on. I love to read blogs, but I'm even more jazzed about writing blogs. I was so honored when the Society asked me to be the chief blogger for the official birthday blog. Have you checked it out yet? It's a great way for us to cover all things birthday, birthday tips, themes, celebrity birthdays, and more. We've had some wonderful birthday stories submitted by our readers, and we've traded links with other birthday sites. Oh, and hey, speaking of celebrities, how cool is it that Chef Duff from the Food Network's Ace of Cakes was part of the More Birthdays effort too? I just love that show. He judged the contest that the ACS did with the Culinary Institute of America to reinvent the birthday cake, and they aired the judging right on his show. Beets in a birthday cake. Who knew? But I gotta say, probably my favorite celebrity moment was when the ACS teamed up with the cast of ABC's Private Practice. The cast did a great job talking about the More Birthdays campaign.
The American Cancer Society will still make itself a place of service and responsibility to help those that may not have a ride to go to their treatment, that may not have a ride to go and get checked. That's extraordinary.
And don't you just love that Taye Diggs? Ooh, he's hot. Don't tell my husband I said that. We did so many things with the birthday campaign in the last 6 months, on Twitter and Facebook and all across the country. I could go on and on. But the real question is, where has all of this gotten us? Let me share some of the details with you. Among women who recall it, attitudes toward ACS are more positive today than before the campaign, and they report higher levels of knowledge and a stronger connection to ACS than those that didn't. But even better than that, we're seeing action and connection. More than 24,000 birthday kits that contain everything from how to host a healthy birthday to donating an honor have been downloaded from morebirthdays.com. And more than 840 people have created birthday pages to pay tribute to loved ones and raise money for the cause. Best of all, more than 49,000 people, most of them women like me, between the ages of 30 and 39, have joined the movement for More Birthdays. And more than half of them are brand new to the society. We're staying in touch with this very passionate and active community on a regular basis. The movement is our opportunity to build a brand new virtual women's field army, one that will learn more about the society, learn more about cancer, and eventually do more with us. And with nearly 250,000 unique visitors to morebirthdays.com, more people are joining the movement every day. And this, my friends, is just the beginning. The birthday campaign is a long-term effort that will evolve over time so we can continue the conversation and deepen the understanding of the ACS. We know that more knowledge opens up all kinds of possibilities so that we can make a world with less cancer and more birthdays a reality. If you haven't yet, we hope you'll join the movement for More Birthdays today on morebirthdays.com, and then help us continue to build the movement, because there's no such thing as too many candles.